Gigantopithecus is an extinct genus of great apes that lived in Southeast Asia during the Pleistocene epoch, roughly between 2 million and 350,000 years ago. It is the largest ape ever lived on Earth. The scientific name for the species is Gigantopithecus blacki, named after the paleontologist who first described the species, Ralph von Koenigswald. Gigantopithecus is classified as a member of the Hominidae family, which includes modern humans and their closest relatives. It is believed to have been the largest primate that ever lived, standing up to 3 meters tall and weighing up to 600 kilograms. The species is known primarily from fossil teeth and jawbones, as very few other skeletal remains have been discovered. One of the key physical characteristics of Gigantopithecus is its massive jaws and teeth, which suggests that it had a predominantly vegetarian diet. The species likely lived in forested habitats and was well adapted to the dense vegetation of its environment. Despite its large size, it is believed that Gigantopithecus was a relatively gentle and docile creature and may have avoided conflict with predators by using its size as a deterrent. Based on the available evidence, it is believed that Gigantopithecus preferred to live in forested areas, although the specific type of forest is not clear. The climate of the region during the Pleistocene was generally cooler and drier than it is today, with colder winters and lower sea levels. This suggests that Gigantopithecus may have lived in areas with a seasonal climate similar to modern-day temperate forests. The topography of the region may have also played a role in the distribution of Gigantopithecus. It is believed that the species preferred to live in areas with low-lying hills or mountainous terrain, as these areas would have provided the necessary shelter and resources for survival. In terms of vegetation, Gigantopithecus likely preferred areas with a diverse range of plant species, including bamboo, fruits, and nuts. This is based on the dental morphology of the species, which suggests that it had a diet consisting of tough, fibrous vegetation. The dietary preferences of Gigantopithecus have been the subject of much debate among scientists, as the species is now extinct and very little is known about its behavior. However, based on its morphology as well as the remains of plants and animals found in the same geological strata as its fossils, researchers have been able to make some inferences about its diet. It is widely believed that Gigantopithecus was primarily a vegetarian, as its dental morphology suggests it had large, flat molars and thick enamel adapted for grinding tough, fibrous vegetation. Some studies have suggested that the species may have been specialized to eat bamboo, as its teeth show signs of wear that are consistent with the consumption of tough, siluric plants. In addition to bamboo, Gigantopithecus may have also eaten fruits, nuts, and other plant materials. Fossilized remains of seeds, fruits, and leaves found in the same geological strata as Gigantopithecus fossils suggest that these items were likely part of its diet. There is also some evidence to suggest that Gigantopithecus may have occasionally consumed animal protein, such as insects or small animals. However, this is still a topic of debate among scientists, and there is no definitive evidence to support this theory. The evolutionary history of Gigantopithecus is still not well understood due to the limited fossil record. However, based on available evidence, it is believed that Gigantopithecus was part of a group of apes known as the subfamily Ponginae, which also includes orangutans. The oldest known fossils of Gigantopithecus date back to around 9 million years ago, during the Miocene epoch. At this time, the species was much smaller than its later counterparts and likely resembled other early Ponginae apes. Over time, Gigantopithecus evolved into a much larger species, with some individuals reaching over 10 feet in height and weighing over 1,100 pounds. It is not entirely clear why Gigantopithecus grew to be so large, but some researchers speculate that it may have been an adaptation to survive in a competitive environment where larger individuals were better able to secure resources and defend themselves against predators. Despite its size, however, Gigantopithecus eventually went extinct, likely sometime between 100,000 and 300,000 years ago. The exact cause of its extinction is not clear, but it may have been a combination of factors, including climate change, habitat loss, and competition with other species. One theory suggests that a shift in climate during the late Pleistocene may have played a role in the extinction of Gigantopithecus. During this time, the climate became more arid, and the forests that Gigantopithecus relied on for food and shelter may have become fragmented and reduced in size. Another theory suggests that the arrival of early humans in Asia may have contributed to the extinction of Gigantopithecus. While there is no direct evidence to support this theory, it is possible that early humans may have hunted or competed with Gigantopithecus for resources. Gigantopithecus has played a significant role in the cultural beliefs and mythology of various cultures around the world, particularly in Southeast Asia, where the species is believed to have lived. In Chinese folklore, there are legends of a creature known as the Yeren, which is often depicted as a large, ape-like creature that lives in the mountains. Some have speculated that the Yeren may be based on Gigantopithecus, which would have lived in the same region. Similarly, in Indonesian folklore, there are stories of a giant ape known as the orang pendek, which is said to inhabit the forests of Sumatra. While the existence of the orang pendek is debated among scientists, some have suggested that it may be based on local sightings of Gigantopithecus, which would have been extinct for thousands of years by the time these legends originated. Gigantopithecus has also played a role in popular culture, particularly in science fiction and fantasy. The species has been depicted in various media, including films, novels, and video games, often as a giant, fearsome creature. In addition to its cultural significance, the study of Gigantopithecus has also had important scientific implications, particularly in the field of human evolution. The species is believed to be closely related to orangutans and may provide important insights into the evolutionary history of these primates. Recent research on Gigantopithecus has focused on using new techniques and technologies to study the fossils and gain a better understanding of the species' evolutionary history and ecology. Some of the recent and ongoing research on Gigantopithecus includes 1. Fossil analysis. Researchers are continuing to analyze Gigantopithecus fossils, using new methods to extract and analyze ancient DNA and proteins. This can provide important information about the species' evolutionary relationships with other primates and help shed light on its dietary preferences and other aspects of its ecology. 2. Paleoclimate studies. Some researchers are studying the paleoclimate of Southeast Asia during the time when Gigantopithecus lived, using sediment cores and other methods to reconstruct the environment and climate conditions of the region. This can provide important insights into the factors that may have contributed to the species' extinction. 3. Dental microwear analysis. Another area of research on Gigantopithecus involves analyzing the microscopic wear patterns on its teeth, which can provide information about its diet and feeding habits. Researchers have used this technique to identify various types of plant material in the teeth of Gigantopithecus, including bamboo and other tough, fibrous vegetation. 4. Biomechanical modeling. Some researchers have used biomechanical modeling techniques to simulate the locomotion and movement patterns of Gigantopithecus based on its skeletal structure and other physical characteristics. This can provide insights into the species' movement patterns and help answer questions about how it may have adapted to its environment. Overall, the ongoing research on Gigantopithecus highlights the continued fascination and scientific interest in this extinct species, as well as the importance of new techniques and technologies for studying and understanding the evolutionary history of primates and other organisms. The exact reason for the extinction of Gigantopithecus is still a matter of debate among scientists. However, there are several theories that have been proposed to explain the species' disappearance. One possibility is that the species' large size and vegetarian diet made it particularly vulnerable to changes in climate and vegetation patterns. During the late Pleistocene epoch, Southeast Asia experienced significant environmental changes, including the spread of grasslands and a decrease in forested habitats. These changes may have reduced the availability of food and habitat for Gigantopithecus, making it more difficult for the species to survive. Another theory is that the arrival of early humans in Southeast Asia may have had an effect on the species.
If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell icon for more interesting videos. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.